Hey crafty friends, this is Mai here. So today what we're going to do is we are going to assemble our flower and butterfly spring lantern. I'm going to be using my art glitter glue for all of my gluing. I also have my bone folder here that I will be using to help crease my score lines and make sure that they are sharp and crisp. And as you can see, I have all of my pieces already cut out. I've got the 2 pieces of cardstock here to help shape my lantern. And then I have these 4 pieces of transparent paper that I'm going to use on the inside of my lantern, just to kind of add a little bit more color to my lantern. If you wanted to use pattern cardstock, you totally could have for this. It would have looked really pretty. You could use transparent paper like I am, or you could be using also just colored vellum. It's kind of the same thing here. This one's a little bit shiny, but it's kind of the same thing. But we are going to get started right away, okay? So what we're gonna do is so you can see I've got my piece here. This has the base that the tea light is going to sit on. And you can see that I also have my score lines facing up so I can see them. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to begin to fold right along all of my score lines. And I'm going to use my bone folder just to help me to make sure that everything's turning out sharp and crisp here. And especially right along the base where these tabs are going to be kind of small, and they're going to be difficult here because they're longer tabs and there's just not a lot of paper there to help make the process a little bit easier. But we're just going to use the bone folder to make sure that we've got everything sharp and crisp there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it this way because I think it's a little bit easier. And I'm going to do my bone folder that way right there. Okay. And then I'm just going to flip everything so that way my score lines are facing out as well. Because I want to use the side that has the score lines out as, yep, that's the way. I had to look at it for a second. I want to use the side that's facing out with my score lines as my outside part, okay? So I just folded that one there. And then you can also see that right here at the top of where the lantern is, there are more score lines. So I'm again just using my bone folder to make sure that I'm getting these sharp and crisp before I begin to really glue everything down. And so the good thing about this project though is that all of the score lines, none of this is curved. When you're working with the curved projects, that becomes a little bit tricky and a little bit harder. But this one, everything is kind of sharp and crisp here, and it's all kind of at a 90-degree angle. So that makes it a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so I've got everything folded this way. I've got this last tab right here that I also need to work with. So I just get this folded the other way, and then we can start our gluing. Okay. So there we go. All right, so I'm gonna fold everything and that looks good. All right, so let's start here at the base. So again, I'm using my art glitter glue, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a little bit of glue right here along this tab. And then we're going to go ahead and just fold it right here. Now, because this piece is so small, you do want to wait here and make sure that your glue is drying completely. Because we don't have a lot of paper to glue onto the sides from our base, we want to make sure that the glue dries completely and the paper is completely bonded, because when we go to add the tea light on the inside, it's going to be heavy. And if that glue is not bonded and the paper is not bonded together, then it could actually open up and fall. And we don't want that, right? Okay, so once you have it there, just kind of crease it a little bit more to make sure that you're getting the shape. And then we're going to glue up here at the top. And so again, what's just going to happen is I'm adding the glue here to the tab. There's a little bit more space here, but that's okay too. And I didn't fold this side completely correct. I was missing a little bit of right there at the edge. So I'm gonna add my glue again right here to this side and this side. I folded it there on an angle and creased it on an angle, and so it wasn't making that perfect seal right there. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the top piece. And okay, so I'm gonna do this now on the inside. Now, before you keep going, we still need to glue the insert here. So even though we kind of did this, we probably could have done this piece first, but it's okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add glue here on the inside. What you want to make sure that you don't do is, so I'm just gonna go all the way in here and just add a little bit of glue all over. I don't wanna go all the way to the edge because my vellum here, or my transparent paper, isn't gonna go all the way to the edge. And you also want to take note when you're gluing inside here with the butterfly, don't glue the butterfly wings. Just add a little bit right here along the inside, but do not add glue to the wings because those wings are going to pop outward to kind of add that another 3D appearance here to our butterfly. So I'm going to go ahead and just press this down right here on the inside, and it's good to go. If you have glue like outside of where the paper is, that's okay too. You don't have to worry about it. So you can see a little bit right here that's coming through. That's all right. I'm just going to use my fingernail there just to kind of get it. I'm going to do the same thing now on the other side here. So again, just adding the glue kind of all over inside here. I'm going to make sure that I add some glue here to the tab as well. And I'm going to remember not to add any glue to the wings of the butterfly because that part is not going to stay glued down. And that looks pretty good there. I'm gonna let it go. And I'm going to add this part here and then just press it down. And so using this transparent paper, it's just going to add a little bit of a fun twist. So it's not just that frosted glass look, but it's going to give it almost like a frosted colored glass look. So that's kind of what I was going for when I decided to use colored transparent paper here. So this looks really good. Okay, so we've got half of it done. So now we're going to do the same thing here for the other side. And I'm going to speed up the video while I'm doing the creasing here of the lantern and adding the transparent paper, okay? So I'm gonna speed up the video, and then when we go to glue it together, I'll slow it back down. Okay, so as you can see, I finished this side. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to begin to glue these two pieces together here. So we're gonna start with the base and we're gonna glue that side first. So I'm actually gonna start with these two sides here because this means that there's a little bit more paper to make that seal and to kind of create the shape first, okay? So I'm gonna I added my glue and I'm gonna press it down. I'm gonna hold it right here. So I'm gonna bring this one down just a little bit more and I'm gonna hold it right here, give it a chance to dry. I'm gonna also make sure that I'm doing the same thing here with this side and just giving that glue a chance to bond and adhere and make that seal. All right, that seal is super important. Okay, and I'm actually going to kind of open this up here on the inside And I'm going to use my bone folder and just press on those tabs right here on the inside. Again, just making sure that that seal is secure. All right, and that part came up. So I'm gonna do it again, add a little bit more glue down here at the bottom, and then pressing it down. Sometimes more glue will help, and sometimes too much glue is a bad thing. So I'm just gonna press that there, and then again, I'm going to press it down here on the inside, and making sure that it's sealing. Okay, so that looks good. And now I'm going to do this part up here at the top just to seal these tabs here and just create that end piece. And again, I'm just holding it to make sure that the seal is adhering. Then we're going to do the same thing again at the bottom. Well, actually, I'm going to do this side one first. And then I'm going to add it to, hopefully I didn't go outside of my camera. All right, I'm going to add it here at the bottom as well. And so when you go to press these two together, you're going to have to kind of do this part simultaneously and create that seal. Okay, so we're almost there. I'm pressing this here and I'm holding it. I'm going to press this side down too, and I'm also going to go from the inside as well, just to make sure that the seal is forming. Okay, same thing here with the bottom. All right, that looks good. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing here for the tabs at the top, or at the roof part here of the lantern. And again, just sealing it right there. And there we go. Okay, so we've pretty much finished the shape. I'm just gonna kind of like pinch things here. And something else that I thought about that I didn't really include was that, you know, if you wanted to like hang yours, you could probably do that as well by just kind of punching a hole, you know, like using a hole puncher and then taking some twine and fishing it through just to kind of create a little hook. And you could probably use this as a hanging lantern as well. Okay, so now for the last part. Now that we've put it all together, we need to pop out the wings of the butterfly just to kind of give it again some more 3D appearance. So when you look closely at the butterflies, you'll see that there are 2 score lines on the butterfly as well. And what you want to do is just use your finger to bend right on those score lines. And you just want to fold out the wings of the butterfly right on those wings there. And so you can see it there. We're going to do the same thing for all 4 sides. All 4 butterflies have these little score lines right there. That will make it a lot easier for you when you go to fold out the wings here. All right, and this is why it was really important that you didn't glue them down. Otherwise, they won't fold out. Okay. And for this last one here, again, just folding right on this score lines. And you could fold them out as far as you want or as close as you want there to the, for it to be flat. So I kind of wanted mine out a little bit more because it's just another way for you to see some of the light when you have it going. And I do not have my tea light here, but when you're ready, you could just put your tea light in right through the top and make sure that it's lit. Flameless tea lights, no real flames because this will burn. It's only paper. And so you'll be good to go. Okay, so thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy this craft for spring. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have fun crafting.